Hello all, my name is Pratham Chandratre and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video, we are going to understand the difference between training dataset, testing dataset and validation dataset. Everyone talks about training machine learning models, but have you noticed something strange? Suddenly terms like train set, test set, validation set start flying around, and most people either mix them up or never really get why we need all these three. In this video, I will explain you the difference between train, test and validation dataset in the simplest way as possible using real world stories, examples and diagrams. And trust me guys, once you understand this, you will look at machine learning projects differently. So let's dive in. First, we will talk about training dataset. So this is our dataset guys, and we have divided our dataset into training dataset, validation dataset and test dataset. Now first we will go ahead and understand why actually we need training dataset. See guys, we use training dataset for model training to train our machine learning model. Like training set is where actually our machine learning model learns patterns, identifies pattern, recognizes the patterns from our dataset. Like for an example, imagine you are building a spam filter classification. Like training set here would be thousands of emails which are labeled as spam or not spam. So here our machine learning model looks at these examples and learns patterns, learns some certain words like lottery, learns about sender's ID, then length of the email. Think of it like machine's classroom. The more diverse and representative your training data will be, the smarter your model becomes guys. And this is example I have taken of supervised machine learning. Now, what is exactly supervised machine learning? What are four types of machine learning? Supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised, reinforcement. All I have already explained in our previous video. So watch that video before learning, training, validation and test dataset. So it lays as a foundation for all the next videos coming out in our machine learning series guys. And also before moving forward to our validation data, if you want to connect with me for a one-to-one personalized guidance, I have actually put a link in the description where you can book a session with me on TopMate. So just a short intro about me guys, so that you know from whom you are learning from. Basically, I have completed 13 internships in artificial intelligence domain at top organizations like Amazon, IBM, EY, Infosys. I was also able to crack 6 job offers in less than 60 days in an AI ML domain. I have also earned 24 global certifications which you can check on my LinkedIn profile as well. And recently I was also featured on Times Square. So if you want direct mentoring, career advice, personalized learning roadmap or a project guidance, feel free to connect with me on TopMed guys. Link is in the description. So now we have understand about why actually we need a training data. Training data is basically used to train our machine learning model. Now we will go ahead and see about validation data. Why actually there is a need of validation data set guys. So see, actually validation data is basically used for hyperparameter tuning guys. We use basically validation data to tweak the parameters of our model guys. So it is basically used, main purpose of validation data is basically used for hyperparameter tuning. This is the step. Validation data is the phase where we decide should our model be more complex or should our model be simpler, should the learning rate of our model be faster or slower, which algorithm works best for this type of data set. So these all things we will cover, like what are the different types of algorithms: linear regression, logistic regression, lasso regression, ridge regression, then supervised machine learning algorithms. These all are there. Moving forward to unsupervised machine learning, we will learn about clustering algorithms, dimensionality reduction techniques. These all things we will cover. What is learning rate, all things we will cover as we move ahead in our machine learning series. So stay tuned guys. So basically main aim of validation data is basically it is basically used for hyperparameter tuning. And also moving forward in this video guys, we will see one practical real world example of this, so that you get a more better understanding, more clear understanding in simpler terms, and it also you can also remember it for a long period of time. So that was all about validation data guys. Now moving forward towards test data. Now see guys, test data is completely new for our model. Like our model is not aware actually of a test data. It is basically used to check our model accuracy, basically how our model has performed, what is our goal achieved or not, to check how well our model generalizes to the real world. Like for an example, let's take example of spam filter only, guys. You test it on emails collected after training. First you have labeled dataset which is basically used for training purpose. Now once our training phase has complete, then we will move ahead with our testing phase, guys. Now here our machine learning model, how it performs to a new data, to a new domain, that we will actually check in testing purpose. How is the performance of our machine learning model. It means that our model isn't just memorizing, it's actually learning in the training phase, guys. So in testing data, our main aim is to check the accuracy of our model, guys. Now before we jump into a real world example, guys, I have one good news for you. I have recently launched my brand new Udemy course on Pydantic. So for the first 100 learners who will enroll in this course with the link in the description will get this course for just rupees 499. So grab the deal, guys, and believe me, this course will be an amazing course. I have put in lots of efforts in this course, and believe me, in 2025 I have seen so many of interviews, whether it would be an AI interview, whether it would be a data scientist interview, many questions are coming out from Pydantic. So grab that code. So now let's move on to a real world example, guys, to understand more about training dataset, about validation dataset, and about test dataset, to get clear understanding in simpler terms. See, now imagine yourself, you are preparing for an exam. So first of all, you study from the textbook and solve practice problems to understand the concepts, to understand the theoretical and practical implementation of the topic. Then once you have studied, you then take few mock tests to actually check if you are exam ready or not. So mock test is must to check to how much knowledge you have grabbed from that topic. And finally, at last step, you sit in the actual exam, you sit for the actual exam. Now here's the trick, guys. This textbook practice, which is the first step of your learning, is actually training dataset, is actually a training set in our model training. Then moving forward to a mock test which you take after training is same validation data which is basically used for hyperparameter tuning. And then finally, when you take a final exam, this is actually a test data, guys, which is basically used to check the model accuracy. So that's the intuition, guys. Training is basically used to learn, validate is basically used to tune, and then test is basically used for final performance check. There are also advanced tricks like cross validation, where instead of just one validation set, we rotate different chunks of a data to validate multiple items. This is especially used when your dataset is small, guys. So these all things, advanced versions, these all things of different types of validation techniques we will study as we move ahead in this series of machine learning. So but the big picture would be always same, guys. Training is basically used to learn, validate is basically used to tune, and then test is basically used to evaluate, guys. So to wrap this entire video, guys, training set is basically a classroom learning, validation set is basically a mock exams to tune your performance, and then test set is for final exam to check real world success. Next time, whenever you hear about training, validation, test, whenever you hear about these terms, just think of exam preparation and you will never forget it again, guys. So if this video has finally helped you to simplify your machine learning concepts, hit that like button. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel, and there are many things, many machine learning videos, deep learning videos, agentic AI videos coming out on this channel in upcoming days. So hit that subscribe button. Also share it with your friends who are still confused about machine learning concepts, or who want to upskill themselves and learn machine learning in the simplest way as possible. So that was all about today, guys. I will see you in the next video.